Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we'll unlock the book Shoe Dog for you. The name Shoe Dog might seem a bit strange. It's the nickname and self-mocking labeling for a group of enthusiasts that are obsessed with the designing, making, and improving of sports shoes. Shoe Dog is the autobiography of Nike founder Phil Knight. When published, the book has set off a wave of reading and discussion in the US and around the world. Why? Although Phil Knight founded the world's #1 sports brand, he's been very low-key and rarely spoke in front of the public. Only after Knight wrote the book Shoe Dog did people learn about his dedication and passion, as well as the wonderful untold story of the business empire of Nike. Knight has only written this one book, but his language is simple and humorous, and the story is exciting and emotional. If he hadn't worked in the sports shoe business, Knight might have become an excellent writer. In our impression, Nike is a brand associated with brilliance and legend. It was made famous by a group of creative and talented athletes and the sportsmanship they represented. These athletes, such as Michael Jordan and LeBron James, are born with unmatched talents, and have overcome many difficulties to become sports heroes and spiritual leaders for the public. At the same time, they've made Nike a legendary symbol, leading the company from one success to another. In Knight's writing, however, Nike's success is nothing like what we've imagined. It's full of coincidence, hardship, struggle, and setbacks. Along the way, there have been so many times the firm could have come to an end. After reading this book, we can feel that the shoe dog culture is Nike's soul, and just do it is its core spirit. Without them, Nike wouldn't be the firm we know today. In this bookie, we will learn about the key content of Shoe Dog in 3 parts. Part 1, A Brief History of Nike, The Path of Growth. Part 2, The Soul of Nike, Shoe Dog Culture. Part 3, The Nike Spirit, Just Do It. Part 1, A Brief History of Nike, The Path of Growth. This book is arranged in chronological order. It tells Nike's story of growth over nearly 2 decades from 1962, when the firm was first started, to 1980, when the firm went public. This process can be divided into 4 phases: the dream where it all started, Blue Ribbon Sports, the founding of Nike, and business legend. Let's first talk about the dream. When Knight was studying at the University of Oregon, he dreamt of becoming an outstanding athlete. At that time, Knight was instructed by famous American coach Bill Bowerman. Bowerman served as the head coach of the U.S. track and field team at the 1972 Olympics, and helped his students set 13 world records and 22 American records, but he failed to help Knight make any achievement in track and field. Knight later admitted that he was a good athlete, but far from the level of excellence. Still, Knight likes to run and to compete. He enjoys the physical and mental pleasure in the half-second before reaching the finish line. He thought, is there any way that I can still feel like an athlete even though I cannot become one? Is there any job where work feels like a race? Knight had an idea. He thought of his graduation project, a research paper about running shoes. In the paper, he wrote that although German sneaker brands like Adidas and Puma were dominating the American market at the time, the sneaker brands from Japan were not bad either. They had good quality, new styles and low prices. If introduced to the US market, the Japanese sneakers could potentially defeat the German brands, just like what happened to the camera industry. Knight thought, isn't this a good job? I like running shoes, and I have also taken an entrepreneurship class at Stanford. Why can't I do this by myself? So Knight made up his mind and decided to go to Japan to talk with Onitsuka, a sneaker firm not yet well known among the Americans, and see if he can sell their running shoes in the US. So, what's the deal with Blue Ribbon Sports? This is the most interesting story in the entire book. Blue Ribbon Sports was initially a non-existent shell company, but it helped Knight obtain the rights to sell Onitsuka shoes in the US. After Knight made up